What's up everybody, Thick here, you know what it is, sports, music, hip hop, whatever matters to me because I'm number one. Just before we get into any news, Microsoft, step your fucking game up. I don't like you changing your dashboards all the time. Last night, this morning, around 3 o'clock this morning, I was watching the Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden, Nadeska, and Academic. I think it was Tuesday morning's episode, but they had some really good topics. Ninth Wonder was on there, rapper, legend, just talking about #1 Billboard and just longevity and what's longevity, how long it takes you to stay in the rap game and be relevant still 20 years down the road. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Alright, so they start off the conversation with Joe Budden asking Ninth Wonder and all of them what they thought of Rockstar and how it was and how it played off. Joe Budden had a big problem with Post Malone's Rockstar debuted on #2 at the Billboard Top 100s. No one heard of it. It just started off at #2. My assumption is someone at the record label or someone over there just pressed a button, made it hop to #2 just to start it off, which I have no problem with. If you're listening to this track before it goes out and your job is to listen to music, know what's going to be hot and what's not going to be hot, well, honestly, you have a right to press that button. This song is very new. But to diehard Post Malone fans or just big Post Malone fans like myself, this song really isn't that new. We heard snippets on Post Malone's Twitter months ago, probably last year even. It was after he released his album, Stoney, playing that song, bumping it, saying Bentleys and beer bongs coming out soon, which it didn't, but hopefully it comes out soon. Probably not his fault. Always blame it on the label because fuck labels. I don't have any problem with them just pressing that button, letting the beat go to #1. It's #1 now for a reason. It beat Cardi B's Bodak Yellow, which I am a big fan of that song. It was good. They call her the People's Champion. If you really know who the People's Champion is, it is The Rock.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
It is kind of bullshit that these producers and these artists are just going on SoundCloud, hearing what's hot, hearing what's gonna be #1, and going, well, I gotta make a track like that. I love Britney Spears. I went to a concert by myself in Vegas, but she pretty much did the same thing. EDM was hitting the charts. It was #1. Britney Spears wasn't that big anymore. So what did she do? She had a whole album that came out EDM style. Britney Jean was a fucking phenomenal album. It's a great album. I recommend listening to it. But it was a very EDM style track, and that was what's hot right now, and it was hot back then. And she gained a lot more traction, and more fans started listening to her because, like, damn, the production on this is amazing. Will Smith, for example, he doesn't need to make music anymore, and a lot of people forget that he came up from Philly being a rapper. Him and DJ Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff was known for one of the best DJs because he could spin a record, pick up the vinyl, spin, do a spin while doing it, and not scratch anything. He was one of the craziest DJs back then. No one ever saw anything like that. Jazzy Jeff has been doing Shambhala for years, and I have buddies who went to see Shambhala, hip-hop, EDM, trap. He was fucking just pumping up that crowd. They said he was amazing. No shit that he's gonna jump back with Will Smith and come out with this Get Lit and a whole 30-song collection right now. Just EDM is what I've read. I need some more Will Smith. Living in the microwave era, we need people to tell us what to listen to. There's so much stuff that's coming out. I don't know half these new artists that are coming out anymore. It seems to be 100 new artists are coming out every day. Every day there's 100 new artists coming out. Thousands of new songs. You go on Hot New Hip Hop, there's at least 20 songs released today. Like, it's crazy. It's bonkers. It's getting kind of out of hand, but I do appreciate Hot New Hip Hop telling me what's everyone's listening to and what's not that hot. I still check out everything because I don't follow the main trends. I like the music I like.
They got me locked up in here, and I'm singing doing hard time.
Be in the game, stay relevant, lifelong fans that will always be your fans, will always love you, even if you do stupid shit. I think it's roughly around 5 to 7 years because within 3 years, a lot of things can happen. Yes, a lot of things can change. You're still relevant because your first year, everyone's hearing this guy get hyped and wants to know what they're about. So they drop their first album. If it's hot, they stay popping, they stay hot. For the second album drops, their sophomore album. We're gonna see what you're really made of, if the second one holds up or is better. Third album is what makes you the best, in my opinion. It's 5 to 7 years for me. For example, I've been listening to Kendrick since 2010. I've been listening to Cudi since 2009. Kendrick's been consistent. He's been getting better and better. I've been listening to since 2010. I'm 21 years old. That means I was listening to Kendrick when I was 14. Yeah, I'm a lifelong fan now. I'm an adult. I love him. I love who he's grown as. So yeah, of course, I'm staying with these guys. Even Skrillex, he's been a big part of the hip-hop the game. He's done albums with lots of hip-hop artists. The Game, for example. He pretty much produced all of Purpose. So to stay relevant in the game for 7 years, I say you have to create your own style and you have to stick with your own style. You can't be jumping around from here to there to being what's number one, like I said previously. If you're doing that, yes, you're gonna stay relevant for a long time, but you're gonna have your ups and downs. You're gonna be gone for a couple years and then be like, oh, this is popping, I know how to do this. Or this is a sound that I kind of enjoy, let me pop to that. I don't think that's how it should be. I've been listening to Kid Cudi since 2009. I was 13 years old, put him on my gym mixtape, so when we ran around the gym for 30 minutes, we had some great music to listen to other than CJ92 or all these classic rock, which Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon 2 were phenomenal. They were mind-blowing. Everyone loved that. But Kid Cudi, his first 2 albums were phenomenal. And then his third album came out, Into Cudi. I love that album as well. To me, it goes Man on the Moon, Into Cudi, Man on the Moon 2. Those were some great albums. Then he dropped, and then he started going weird, right? He dropped his first 3 albums, which are amazing. They were fire. Everyone was hyped about those albums. Into Cudi was a great album, had some weird features on them, had some great features on them. Then he stopped dropping Satellite Flight, Journey to Mother Moon. Then he dropped that Speeding Bullet to Heaven 2, which was a Nirvana style track with like how XXXTentacion's trying to do his music now. They're just kind of weird, and it was okay. There's a few joints I liked from him. People were still checking him out. People were still like, what the fuck's Cudi doing? But they were still listening to his music because they were fans from him for so many years, and he was popping, like, he was making timeless tracks. He wasn't doing what was hot popping. He wasn't doing what was number one. Like, I'm not a fan of Smoke to Perp or any of those guys, but it was Smoke to Perp or it was Trippie Redd. He was doing an interview and they asked him what his first album's gonna be like, and he's like, I'm not gonna be doing this number one music shit. I want my stuff to be timeless. And that's how you should wanna make music. You don't wanna be this number one guy in the moment. And Lil Uzi Vert in an interview said he thinks he's gonna be out in 5 years. But the Migos in an interview with Vlad TV, which is XXL, which they have horrible interviews. So bad. Have you ever watched one of their interviews? So for this interview, you couldn't understand the Migos. The Migos do ridiculous interviews like the Joe Budden one. You can't understand, they mumble, they half-ass answer their questions. It's pretty much Quavo answering. But Takeoff talks quiet as it is, and so does Offset. And they had their mics down so low, they're mumbling. Then Quavo's mic was so loud that you couldn't even understand him. It was ridiculous. They were talking in that interview that in 20 years, they want new artists to be sampling their music and making new shit. If you're a rapper and you make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, good on you, because a lot of people don't want you in there. The only people that are new rappers now that I think are going to be relevant in 10 years are going to be Lil Yachty, maybe 21 if he changes his flow up and he actually sticks with Amber Rose, which that's not going to last. Don't get me started on that. I think that's just ridiculous. Quavo was saying that they don't consider when they do features on tracks and stuff as a solo project. An album or a single with just them on it is solo, which I get, I understand. The Migos are gonna have to do a lot if they want to stay together, break a lot of records, do great numbers, and just they gotta keep putting new music and new styles of stuff, tracks and fashion out there if they want to stay relevant. Or Quavo's just gonna pull a Queen Bee, an Ozzy, a Justin Timberlake, and he's gonna go by himself, be solo, and do amazing things. Well, everyone's left in the dust, so with Offset and Takeoff. Which personally, in my opinion, Offset does have the better bars and flow in the Migos. Quavo is the Lil Wayne and T-Pain of this generation with the best choruses right now. I think that's a win for him.
It be feeling like the life that I'm living, man, out of control. Every day I'm in a fight for the soul. Could've been me and that's what it is. You shot, you gotta die. I say, man, I'm trying to smoke and shit. Please don't lock me up in front of my kids.
But I hope everyone liked my show today. That is your Thursday Thick Thoughts. Track of the week is Maroon 5 Whiskey. It'll be in the description down below. I love the song. It's featuring A$AP Rocky. I'm a huge Maroon 5 fan. Adam Levine, you're my guy. I got some requests asking me to review The Fractured Butthole. So as soon as I'm done finishing the game, I will do a review on that. I don't know when that will be. I believe I'm like 40, maybe 50% done the game right now. I hope I'm not, because I just started playing it Tuesday and it's Thursday, but I'll finish it as fast as I can and give you guys a review on that. That bong rip really fucked up my chest. If you have any requests of what else you guys would like me to talk about, review, or react to, please, like I always say, leave it down in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm a fan of you if you're a fan of me. You guys are the shit. I'll see you guys Tuesday. Oh yeah, my heart beats on for you guys.